Welcome back, curious minds. Today's topic is a little more serious. As you can tell from the thumbnail, prison planet. Pretty rough. Not exactly a nice phrase, but are we on one? Is this planet just a prison for souls to come and be tormented? Maybe it's for karma. Maybe it's because some overlord likes to just relentlessly torture us. And certainly I can see where this philosophy is coming from. The climate's changing. The political atmosphere is changing. Our technology is changing, and more importantly, our view on humanity itself is changing. So naturally, we are panicked, and we're thinking, I'm stuck here, aren't I? We're good, bro. Are we on a prison planet? In ancient Egypt, they used to blame their king if the floodwaters did not come. Simply because your life is not going well, you're going to look right above you and go, that's the reason why. That right up there is the reason why I'm not succeeding in life. For ancient Egyptians, that's their king. As we've evolved consciously as humans, we've gone a few layers above that. Now we know we can't blame just a king on everything. One king does not determine the entire Earth system. So naturally, we're thinking, what does define the Earth system? Maybe it's the Earth itself. Prison planet. Our intelligence gives us the capability to look beyond ourselves and beyond our own problems. Our planet is not the issue. She's beautiful. Don't bite the hand that feeds you, going, Queen Earth, why are you not giving me everything I need? There are times of plentiful and there's times of non-plentiful. That's how the system goes. The change is what inspires revolution. It's what inspires progress. If everything was perfect all the times, we would be in a stasis. This right now is a transition period. Another tech revolution that's gonna bring out a lot of good and a lot of bad. So let's just start with the bad. What's gonna be bad about this is people are gonna leave with all their money. Tech nomads, the internet culture, uprooting all sorts of countries, middle class. It's gonna be crazy. We're gonna see a lot of cultures go into defense mode as they have this onslaught of people trying to escape their oppressive cultures, because the new oppression is going to be a technocratic one. It's going to be one of mass surveillance, and people are actually going to be going and seeking liberation, freedom. They don't want the help of the government. They see the government as bad. You'll see people go to Latin America countries. You'll see people go to African countries, Southern Asia, these places where they're going to have more freedoms and their money is going to go much further. So obviously, as this happens, the countries that those people are leaving are going to become more oppressive to the people that have no option but to stay. Because they're desperate, they're going to take advantage of them. That's just how everything goes. I mean, serfs, this is how it's been throughout all of human history. There are people who are in desperate situations and can't leave, and then those who own the land. The US has been ahead of this for some time. I mean, when you think of tech nomads, you think of Google employees, etc., etc. And so what's good about this? We're stuck, finally. There's nowhere to go. There are no islands that we can sail to. There are no more continents we can discover. There are no more people we can displace. We're just stuck with each other on the same land. So we're gonna have to solve our problems together. Yeah, I know that sucks. We're gonna have to talk to each other and decide best outcomes. We can't just alienate each other anymore because we're all stuck here. We can't move. If you had money and you could move, you would have already. So you're here. Why? Because you're stuck here with me. The horrible, horrible good out of all of this bad is that we are going to be talking to each other a lot. Naturally, this will increase things like VR. Look at Ready Player One. You see people escaping into their digital lives. And of course, this is a natural progress of human distraction, but by no means is this natural to you, and you should not be engaging in these activities. Because these distractions are so advanced for a reason. It's because if the distractions are good enough, they can make your life worse. Think about it. If you had to put up with 8 hours of hell, but they found a way that when you got home for the rest of those 16 hours, you could just plug a transmitter into your brain and feel good. It's like, well, 2/3 of my life are great. 2/3 of my life are awesome, actually. That's a trap. That's a trap, because you will always be enslaved to that 1/3. So long as you accept that deal, you'll never move on. There will be talk of VR being the new travel because there's no carbon emissions. Where should you, as a spiritual person, be putting your time and energy? I would say, try your hand at astral projection. Kundalini, risking your time on this earth to do something that's important to you. Those 3 things are going to be better than any virtual reality experience. I don't say this as someone who's like anti-video game or anything. I understand how awesome these things are. I got to play this one VR game called Zenith, where it was like an RPG where you have swords and you're flying around. It's In VR, it's crazy. I'm talking to people. It's such a fun time. It's a distraction. If I put my life into that, I'm not going to be on this channel. I'm not going to be other places trying to help people awaken and trying to do something different for once. Think about that. Think about it. Put it in your brain and... Before we get on to our conclusion, I just want to talk about connection and why connection is important. You see, I found that meditation was outdated. I came up with a new practice called connection because I believe this is truer to the source. We are connecting to a net, to a web, a matrix, if you will. And inside of that, we can take out information as we please. But we have to go through certain steps to achieve that. And conveniently, I've made a video on how to do that. So let me leave you with this. In times of change, there are two types of people. One lets the water take them, and they drown beneath the surface. Unwilling to change anything in their lives, unwilling to even fight. They don't flail their arms, they don't gurgle, they just drown in it. And then there are people who understand that change should be met with change. And they flail and they scream and they gurgle and they make it to shore onto a new island of hope. Something that's different, but you have to go through that pain and that struggle to get there. Otherwise, you just drown in it. So let me know what you think. Are we in a prison planet? Do you have any evidence that suggests that we might be? Because I think the prison planet is a response to our fear of change and not so much a useful theory in itself. At times, we can all be in prisons. We could put ourselves into prisons. Hell, we could all work together to make this a prison planet if we really wanted to. But something tells me I'm not going to let that happen, and you should not let that happen. We don't have money. We can't fix our problems by leaving, so we're just going to be stuck here talking to each other. This channel is Connection Lane. What I'm trying to accomplish is a new spiritual network where people can come together and talk about solving problems, about the pain and rigor it's going to take to make difference in the world. This isn't a place where we are scared. This isn't a place where we have doubts or fears. This is the new era of spirituality. We're trying to fulfill a hope that is desperately lost among people because of fear, change, unwillingness. So are you going to be a part of this technomadic movement, leaving your country, or are you staying here with me? Probably because you don't have a choice. I mean, I don't. But are you going to stay here with me and we're going to figure things out? Let me know. Let's start some discussions. I'll start responding to these comments and making videos about the comments themselves if it merits enough. No. Talking. I don't know how to end videos. I don't know how to end videos. I don't know how to end videos.